But he might join and drink water. Hello, folks. Welcome to Thunder and Thursday. It didn't seem like I was going to be able to do the Fandango Friday, but I might be able to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I have this Woodford Reserve glass that I'm drinking out of right now. It's just water in here, but I did do a review soon to be posted of a thing called Woodford Reserve Rye, which I might mention I got for only $6 for the half-size bottle. That's $12. And I checked online. The normal price at Walmart is $32.
That's absurd.
32, and I went to Savannah Discount and got it for $6. Nice, huh? Well, you went to that store yourself, John and Neil A., who's joining us from Georgia.
Very, very cool store. A lot of selection. Everything from the top of the line to the lowest of the low type products, all in one place for your viewing and purchasing pleasure.
Right. Now, it's amazing. And we wouldn't have been so pressed for time that day, we could have gone to Discount Depot, which would have been a repeat of what you had just experienced. Now we have Eric, who's joining us from Massachusetts.
Hola.
He's got an interesting beer. I think Bumpy Road is up there in New Hampshire, and I know he's got an interesting product. So we've got an inexpensive, let's call it flavored wine, but with natural color. We have two white rums, which I have. I have the very well-known, I say that sarcastically, Albertsons rum. But honestly, folks, it's made by Sazerac, who own Buffalo Trace, which is famous. And this is bottled, it's made in the United States Virgin Islands, and it's bottled in Louisville, Kentucky. And I thought, I don't know what to think about this. It's $2.99 for this $3.75. I said it could be terrible, but actually it's done great. Now the competitor is Bocador, which was $8.99 for the liter. They're both 80 proof. This is a rum from, they just say where the tropical winds blow, in other words, the West Indies. But it's 80 proof also, and it's from Jacquin of Philadelphia. It's bottled in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but it's actually distilled at some place in the Caribbean. Okay, so, well, tonight I'll go last. But, and we, like I said, we may have other people joining us in this hour.
Brian's trying to join. I'm sending him the link directly. He didn't see it. So Brian, Thrash Metal's joining us as well.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, it's there. The link is there. We don't, I'll post the link if I have to in the hangout. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, she's in the IBRG. He should be.
Yeah, and he's in beer talk. So.
No, all right, I'll start. I'm doing I think it's pronouncing it right. Gosh.
Oh, Fred. Hold on, Kolsch. Let me. Well, let's see if you can get him in, and then I'll put the post in the chat.
I think I got it with that. Let's see. I'll give him a minute.
4.8% and it to be a Kolsch, which this one is legitimately, it has to be brewed in Cologne, Germany. So.
Right.
Yeah, the ale lager hybrid. They're basically producing an ale or a lager with ale yeast. Sometimes during the cold fermentation, brewers can use lager yeast to lighten up the body a little bit. So
sort of like what Americans call a cream ale.
Yeah, or even like a California Steam or Common, those kind of hybrid styles. Yeah. In a Stang. All right. I mean, yeah, it's smelling like a really good crisp Pilsner. It's got more of a fruity nose to it. I mean, it's pale, see-through, golden colored. It didn't have much of a head. I'm wondering in a Pilsner glass if it would. And yeah, carbonation for days.
bubbly. It's bubbly. We're gonna add Ronald. We'll add Ronald after you finish your expose.
Sure. Definitely, there's some honey-like sweetness in there. Malty, Pilsner, crackery breadiness is in there. Definitely a good nondescript fruitiness. There actually might be a banana in there somewhere. Maybe some lemoniness to it. There's definitely a good earthy, spicy kind of hopping in this one. I'm getting a nice light peppercorn kind of a spice to it. It's just crisp, clean, ultra refreshing. It's on the low side of medium. This is pretty, yeah, the style when it's done right. It was $2 and change, I think, for the singular bottle, so not so bad. It says 10/6/19 on the back of it, and then there's another number which probably tells me, hopefully this wasn't brewed in 2019, but it doesn't taste that bad. So far, really good. Yeah.
If it says 19, you know what that means. Okay.
Not rancid. Not rancid like you were talking about the other day with beer.
Oh, that was a nightmare and a half.
Yeah.
Now the gang is coming
in.
Cheers, guys. Now, we were supposed to do a tournament tonight, and we haven't heard from William in a week, and everybody's getting kind of concerned.
I bought my Budweiser, my Miller High Life. Let's hope that everything is still a go. But yeah, have not heard anything from William yet. Hopefully, he's watching. William, are you out there, William?
Bob.
Now, James, we're going to add you in. Oh, it's boring. Well, sorry, but there's a lot of other video channels, Cindy B. And I would highly encourage you to. I would encourage you with great encouragement to check them out. Now, James P. Madonna, just wait there. He's over there in New Jersey. So just hold on. We'll add you in as we go through it. But I'll go out since I'm hosting, and I'm kind of I can go fast. You know, I can go fast. So there's Ronald Sutton joining us from the Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania region. But I'm gonna make this a lickety split one. I hope. So we've got the Albertsons. Whoops, let me highlight myself. And then don't leave, James. We're gonna add you.
Oh,
Patience is a virtue, so we need people to be virtuous. And we got Thrash Metal, Homebrew, and Barbecue from Colorado. Now, so here's Albertsons rum. In a beautiful plastic bottle. The company was founded in 1939. Huge company. They have many subsidiaries, including Jewel Osco in the Chicagoland area, and Amigos in Texas, and Albertsons.
Is it the same Albertsons that's the grocery stores here?
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've never seen them do alcohol. That's wild.
Well, some states are strict, but in Louisiana, grocery stores can sell liquor like they can sell breakfast cereal. So Albertsons, Louisiana has this enormous liquor selection. It's incredible. So, and they have their own brands if you can buy it, if you can get Albertsons liquor.
In Louisiana,
in
Louisiana, you can buy liquor from Albertsons. In Colorado, you can buy marijuana.
But not in Albertsons.
Right.
Maybe CBD.
Only out behind Albertsons or in the front, you talk to a guy who knows a guy. Now, here's the Boca d'Or. Now, so,
out back by the dumpster.
Yeah.
Well, no shock. They're both clear as a bell. And I think it's going to be a tie. This is my prediction. I'm going to go quick. Just give me a short moment. And I was supposed to go help out at
that's one of the ones you let me try, I think, when I came to visit. I really liked it.
Oh, right. You and David were in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and y'all liked it.
He didn't want.
Right, he didn't like rum, but he had to admit that he did. He says he doesn't like rum, but he had to admit that he did like it. I'm going to update all the comments when I get a chance. Don't worry, y'all. Okay, here we go. Well, smells like charcoal and wood and light molasses, all the stereotypical aromas. Really, nothing bad. Nothing bad. I don't want this to be misconstrued, but it's nothing like remarkable or like you haven't smelled before. Of course, if you never had rum, it could be remarkable. Over here. Oh, not the same. Okay, well, all right. I'm picking up a little bit of that wedding cake icing. Bride's cake. It's all the noise. The white icing, and that's making me. You got to follow your. And we know that the caliber from Sazerac has a very strong rock candy, sugar, and wedding cake aroma. Y'all might want to all mute and let's see
someone's
who's got
the
the
Corona
echo.
cough.
Aroma. Somebody's echoing. Stop echoing, you echoer. All right. But we can, if everybody mutes and we get back slowly, we'll pinpoint. Like Rush said in 1996, test echo. All right. So I think that this is a Sazerac, meaning Albertson, by virtue of that wedding cake thing. But I'll taste it real quick. I remember Bocador having the very standard flavor, but it's very good. Billy was right. He agreed. David too. He had to admit it. It's just like, think of Captain Morgan or Bacardi type thing. Just wood, a lot of wood, some charcoal, not so much sweetness, just very dry. If you want to call it dry, meaning dry means the opposite of sweet. Like if something's over here, it's 100% sweet, and over here it's 100% dry. It's that way. So like, be perfect for mixtures, whatever rum cocktail you could think of. Now over here, it's more sweet. It's sweeter. And I don't know if sugarcane from the U.S. Virgin Islands is sweeter, but whatever. I don't want to go long. We have a lot of people. I really think this is the Sazerac here in my right hand. Could be your left. And but as far as quality, it's an even contest. No one is better than the other. They're just different, and you can have two things like that where they're different, but they're not better one to the other. So if you would look at price, I suppose Albertsons would win, but much so. That picky, why are you? Be that nitpicky. I mean, spend a little money sometimes. All right. Anyway, so we're going to go to Bumpy Road, and he's going to talk about some things, and I'm going to try to update the comments, but they're coming in fast and furious, so we'll see what happens.
Well, just following what the can says,
of course.
Hashtag share the night. We got from Night Shift Brewing Company, their Fluffinity, and it's stated as a New England IPA, and it comes in at 7% ABV, I believe. 7% ABV. Now, for a New England IPA, it's got some haze, but there is a little bit of a clarity to it when I'm looking at it through light. So it's kind of hazy. It's almost like the attempt of like a California brewery doing a New England IPA, and then they just call it a hazy. The aromas on this, it's very, very citrusy. Very, very citrusy. A little bit of bready caramel type malt note also coming through in the nose. Reminds me a lot of like clementine citrus. So kind of a sweeter orange flavors. First swig. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Kind of a springtime product, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like a lighter body. Has a little bit of a drying effect. It's not very smooth or creamy at all in the mouthfeel. Very citrus forward, and there's quite a heft of bitterness at the tail end as well. So this one is more or less almost a West Coast IPA without the pininess. It's a very bitter, citrusy IPA. It's missing a lot of what we've come to know a New England IPA as being, which is sweet, really juicy, and usually having a softer mouthfeel to it. So it's a good IPA, but I don't think Night Shift did a great job at it making a New England IPA.
Damn.
Yeah, well, hey, you got to call it like you see it. Now, John and Eli is going to bring in a very interesting product, to say the least.
Get out, people.
All right. Very excited about this. Haven't cracked open the bottle. It's been very difficult not to. I've got the special edition exclusively for 2020, as stated on the label. Limited edition gold, MD 2020 gold. So, never had it. It looks to me like fresh squeezed lemonade in the glass bottle. Let's get in. Ooh. Oh, my gosh. It smells like
Hey, John and Eli, one good thing about this, you know it's not out of date because it's only for 2020, right?
That's right. Super fresh. Look at that. Perfect 5-ounce pour. Okay, 13% alcohol. The aroma, pineapple. It smells like a pineapple cake or like a fruit cake with strong pineapple notes. I'm not picking up any of the alcohol.
Like a turnover.
Yeah, it's man. Or almost like if you took pineapple, you know, like when you buy the dried fruit candy, those little dried out pineapple pieces that you pop in your mouth and then they're just bursting with flavor. Like that. Like almost like candied pineapple. That's what I'm smelling. No alcohol presence. It smells delightful. It looks like lemonade. I can't wait any longer. Let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. We're going to make a preemptive cheers to everybody.
Thank you, Craig.
Holy cow.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. Thanks, Craig. Uh-oh, here's John with the best hobo wine in the world.
No joke. For the price, if you can get it for $2.99, buy it. If you can get it for $3.49 like I did, buy it. If you could buy it for $5.99, buy it. It's worth it. It's almost got a creamy mouthfeel. The pineapple flavor is on point. The alcohol is masked exceptionally well. This is sad. It's very sad that this is a limited edition because this is the best Mogen David 2020 variant that I've ever had. I like this better than the red. I like this better than the wild fruit. I like this better than the Moscato, or not the Moscato. No, I'm thinking of Wild Irish Rose now. I like this better than the orange and the electric blue. I'm sorry, I have to think of the MD 2020 variants I've had. I like this better than both of those. It tastes like candied pineapple. It doesn't taste artificial. The alcohol's masked well. It's got a creamy mouthfeel. It's weird. For a wine, it doesn't taste like a wine. It just tastes like a flavored fruit drink, much like maybe the Smirnoff Ice malt beverages. But this is a wine, whereas those are not. It doesn't taste like wine. It tastes like a pineapple malt beverage, but in the best possible way. People want to call this bum juice. Go ahead.
It is. You ever had the dragon, that dragon one?
No. And Ron,
dragon.
I said this, that you said this is bum. You know what? That's Shame on you. This is not bum juice. This is a budget.
I'm saying that within context because I got one in my fridge.
We might have to do a special examination of this later. I'm going to hype this up. This is good.
Wow.
This is the best. Not to mention the label is really nice. I love the pineapple with the sunglasses with the dollar signs. That's a cool label, man. The price is on point. The flavor is on point. Nothing weird or musty or strange from some of these cheap wines that you get. Particularly the one that comes to mind is the Moscato Wild Irish Rose. Not getting any of that. It's flavorful. It's going to be deceitful because later I'm gonna start slurring my words. I'm going to wonder why, and it's because of this. This is good. And this is really good. This is really, really good. I'm glad I bought it. And I'll give you a rating later, but I can already tell you it's for the price. It is 2 thumbs up for the price. Love it.
These people are so wrong. Yeah, I liked it too. I bragged about it earlier today on my anti-war channel. I said it's the best Mogen David 2020 I've had.
I knew. I watched your reviews, and I'm not just saying. I watched your reviews, and I knew you liked it. So we have similar tastes with a lot of these cheaper products, and I had a feeling that I was going to like it. And no joke, I agree with your assessment. This is the best Mogen David 2020 from their 2020 line, not their regular wine. Their 2020 line. This is the best 2020 product that I've had. And it's a damn shame. Mogen David, if you're out there watching, this needs to be a regular lineup product in your lineup. This is too good to be a one and done product.
No, I had to take away the specialty of it. Okay, now we're going to thrash metal.
Bring it back every year.
Another product, and we're going to go to everybody.
Bring it back once a year.
We're going to bring back. We're going to bring in everybody. We're going to bring in everybody. We're going to bring in everybody.
Cool. Cheers, everybody. All right. So tonight I have a homebrew. This is one that I make very frequently. It's a nice, beautiful wheat beer, Hefeweizen, and it is my lime Hefeweizen, and it comes in at a staggering 6.8% alcohol by volume. Bring some statsies up on this thing. Anyway, going back to the MD 2020, Mogen David. I don't know, is that the correct way to say it, or are you guys just being French?
We're just fancifying it.
It's like no, literally, it's like the true way of saying it.
Right.
Potato,
So
I got some replay.
I had a really bad experience with that. I turned 18, and the drinking age in Colorado was 18 back in the day. And the guys that I worked with, I worked at a chemical factory where all the stuff that they spray on, the crops and stuff, all the bad stuff. So they took me out and got me all schnockered up on MD 2020 grape. And let's just say that my mom was not happy the next morning when she went into the bathroom. So cheers to Mogen David. Grape.
Cheers to that. Hey, Brian, your volume is very, very loud, just FYI.
It's loud. Okay, how's that? Is that better?
It's a little better.
Is that better now?
Yeah, perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Got it, man. Got it.
That's probably where the echo was coming from. I was trying to play with stuff, Ron. I didn't want to piss you off. Anyway, we got for the Hefeweizen here. I did a 10-gallon batch on this one, 60-minute boil. It had, let's see, 10-gallon batch, 14 pounds of 2-row, 2 pounds of Vienna malt, 8 pounds of wheat malt, and I put in for hops Rakow and Sorachi Ace, which really round this thing off really, really well. And then used White Labs Hefeweizen WLP 380. You let it go, and after a couple weeks, put it in the keg and just let it condition. When it comes out, force carbed it. The malts in here really give a a great head on this thing. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Got some really good lacing on there.
Cheers.
I put Simply Limeade. That's the only adjuncts that I put in there. So for a 10-gallon batch, I put 2 liters of the Simply Limeade into it, along with the lime zest. I have 2 large limes that I use. They were really good size. Just take the zest of that. 5 minutes left in the boil. Chuck that into the boil, and let it do its thing, and it's got that nice lime tartness to it. And you would think that it would kind of counteract the Hefeweizen. It actually complements it very well. That's why I make it as much as I do. I've made this thing probably 20 times, and you'd never go wrong with you find a really good recipe and you make it your own. This is one of those. So this one goes really high on my rate scale. So cheers, everybody. This is a beautiful springtime, summertime beer. You ever get a chance for me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. Cheers.
Well, you know my
That
address.
looks good. I'm glad to hear about that. Now I'm going to bring James in, and he's going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. Then we're going to bring Nina and Ronald in, and they're going to have to jump out.
I'll drop out.
And y'all might want to mute your mics if you're not talking right now, because we got somebody with some background problems. Okay, here is James. Hello, James.
Hola.
Greetings. Welcome, everyone, to Thundering Thursday.
Give us a bell.
All right. I brought nothing, so you can go to the next person. I brought HO, something known as HO, H2O, so you can go to the next individual that has an alcoholic beverage.
All right. Well, I'll drop
Yeah,
off because I kind of gave my point of what I think of my beer.
Well, hold on. Give us a score at least.
Of the H2O?
Well,
What are you gonna
it's the same thing I said last week. It's from the zero water filtration system. I give it 100 for water. Until my dilemma ends, I'm probably gonna be like a parrot, say the same damn thing every week. But you know, I give it 100. It's better than the British system, much better. And it's H2O, like Jackie Gleason said, "Ho," for short. And I guess Eric, he's next. I think.
James, would you say
Wouldn't
that
you give it a 0?
Would you say that the hoe does it have a wet finish?
Well,
It has a very wet finish in honor of the female that gives snide remarks every once in a while. It has a wet finish. But it is the best. It costs a little more for the filters than Brita, but I highly recommend it. I know I'm being redundant, but I have an issue where the doctor says no alcohol. So I will, no alcohol during lockdown pandemic pandemonium. So that's about all I have to say. I think Eric didn't give his review yet. I think. I could be wrong.
I did a little review. Yeah,
I could be wrong.
correct me.
Yeah, he talked about it. He talked about the. I said it was like a cream ale. Now,
Short of, yeah.
Well, maybe he did give a review.
he did. So
So therefore,
we're gonna.
gave the. Oh, hi, Mr. Thrash Metal.
We're gonna bring in some more people.
So, James.
The panda's working
Cindy
great.
B is wet because she was taking a bubble bath while she was watching, probably because that's why she's wet. All right, now,
With her laptop was on her lap in the bathtub, underwater.
well, it's a water resistant laptop. Now, it's water. It's a special water resistant one. Now, so Bumpy Road. If you want to jump off, what is your score?
All right. Well, I will say this is a decent IPA. It's a nice flavored IPA, but based off of what they're calling it as a New England IPA, I think it fails at that. So I'm going to give it an 88 out of 100 because it's still a good drinking, nice citrusy, bitter IPA, but it doesn't quite meet what I'm looking for in a New England style IPA. So 88 out of 100 for Night Shift's Fluffinity.
It's still not a bad score. I mean, but that's assuming
Like,
you didn't
it's
pay
still,
too
it's still a
much.
nice, tasty IPA. It's just not, to me, it's not a New England IPA. It's a West Coast
Yeah.
IPA.
What's the price point?
I think it
What's
was
the price
like
on that?
$15 a 4-pack, something like that.
Yeah, well, and then a B plus is a bad score because you're paying A plus money for a B plus beer.
Yeah.
Right?
He really
Sure.
owes
15 is not too bad for a 4-pack around here. So we see them go all the way up to
I
$20,
get that.
$22 sometimes.
What, James?
no, he really owes that girl.
What, James?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because
Oh, wow. I think that's a lot. No, that's a lot of internet banter. I wouldn't take that too seriously.
women have alligator arms, short arms and deep pockets. Short arms and deep pockets.
That girl needs no more liquor in her day.
But yeah, I'll drop off so you can bring some basement dwellers in, and maybe Cindy B will pop up. That would be very interesting.
Maybe not. Hey,
She probably can, but
now Tim could join.
I got the check. Don't worry. I got the check.
Nice. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Thanks for joining. I think a lot of men are like that too. Okay, now, yeah, Craig, I don't think so. We have some standards, not many. Well, Cindy's very comical, and she's been around for so long.
I didn't realize that Bumpy Road owed her money. What?
Yeah, I would not encourage that. Let's not encourage that. Now we're going to bring in Nina Yo. Nina Yo comments on my videos all the time, so we're going to see what happens here. But let's see. But wait, before we bring in Nina Yo, before we do that, because things could get out of hand, because you never know. But Thrash Metal Homebrew, how would you rate your own product? And then I'm going to let Eric tell me how he would rate his own product.
I pretty much perfected it. I'm not going to give it 100. I'm going to give it a 98 out of 100. Boom.
Fair enough.
Good stuff. I'll go to the basement too.
Okay. Eric, thanks for joining. What do you score, Eric?
Boom, coach. It gets an 86 on beer. I think it's only getting that score, not an A, just because it is sort of more of a light, easy sessionable drinking beer. But that's exactly why I really do like it. I'll give this a 92. I mean, it's really, really, really well done. I think this is one of the better examples of the beer style, but there's just not a bunch going on with it. But there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely no off flavors in the brewing process to this one. It's just more of your light, refreshing, easy drinking beer without any of the adjunct taste because they're not using it. Good stuff.
What's the price?
I think it was it's $2. It was maybe around $2.50 for the single bottle. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay.
Good stuff.
You're right, Jack. You're right. Don't lose patience, people in the basement. We're going to add you within the shortest amount of time that I'm allowed to let myself give. Okay. Now, these comments are coming in like madness. This is like mad love. I'm going to get Taylor Swift on here talking about how now we got bad blood. But
Thundering Throne.
yeah, let me get my score. What did you give it, Eric?
92 out of 100.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't want to say and be embarrassed and be wrong. All right. So going by this flavor, I think this is the Bocador. And going by this flavor here, hold on, I got to take some breaths. this rum is kind of rummy, kind of strong. You know what I mean?
It's kind of rummy.
Oh, like the Black Cat rum from Suriname. It had a really strong rummy flavor.
Right. It's like gin rummy. Now, well, I think that seriously, I think this is the Bocador because it's a more standard flavor. And my favorite thing from this company, Jacquin, so far. I like the Bocador, but my favorite thing so far is the Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. The Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. It's a very interesting product. Comes out every year. That's probably their biggest seller. That's where they make their dollars. But they make a lot of rum, gin, brandy, blended whiskey, straight bourbon, everything, you know. But they've been around since the 1880s. 1880s, not the same owner, same family though. All right, I'm gonna say this is the Bocador. Wish me the best. I'm gonna look at the label now. It is the Bocador. It is the Bocador. It is the Bocador. You know what I'm gonna say about that?
Yay!
I did it. Yeah. So, but honestly, beyond all those antics, I think it's just a shop price issue. You're not going to lose out either way. So just whatever one's cheaper, buy it. But I know most viewers are going to say, I can't buy those rums. I never even heard of those obscure products.
Yeah, most people can't find either one of them, I would imagine.
All right, so I would say point well taken. And what we can get in the next town from me up the river is the Bocador 151 overproof. But I'm a little scared to try that one. 151, you know. Ooh. Yeah,
I was very impressed with
that. Could be a little
Bacardi. The Bacardi 151 before they discontinued that was very good. They can do good things with 151 proof rums because the sweetness kind of helps mask the alcohol more than when you have like a bourbon or a other spirit that's that high alcohol. The rum just seems to do really well in that type of high alcohol setting. What am I don't anyway. You see what I'm trying to say. I think.
Man, 75.5% alcohol. That's kind of scares me.
True.
Okay, so
you
John, what do you think about
light it on fire and do you a flaming shot, as many people have done in the past with Bacardi 151, which I think may have been why they discontinued it. There were probably a lot of lawsuits, people, you know, catching their head on fire trying to do a shot of rum.
Yeah, but now they can cleanse their hands. Okay, now what do you say about this special edition Mogen David?
I see what you're doing there. These comments here with the chug the MD20. All right, well, so here let me just say that this is Thundering Thursday, so anything could happen, viewers in YouTube land watching. But let me just say this: final comments on the MD 2020 Gold. This is my favorite Mogen David product. Well, 2020 product. It's actually competing probably for the #1 spot in general, just Mogen David overall for the. I'm trying to think of one of their regular wines that's better than this. I like their blackberry, which is kind of rare, but they have a regular blackberry wine that's really, really good. This may be better than that. The 13% is masked exceptionally well. It tastes like candied pineapple. There's no musty wine component to this like you get with the Wild Irish Rose. I'm going to give it for what it is. Now, people out there watching, don't freak out. For what this is, I'm rating it for a flavored wine here. It's a 96 out of 100, and that's probably lowballing it, but I have to keep a little bit of my credibility by not giving it any higher score than that. So 96 out of 100. And for all you people out there that say, chug it, here you go.
Wow. Oh.
No, I beg you.
That's how good it is.
Well,
it's
there we
super
go.
Smooth. It's super smooth and easy drinking. And for a 13%er, if you can down it that quickly, I think that's an indication of just how fine this product is. So with that, I can see I give up the floor to the next person.
I saw a woman's hair.
Indication of how bad it's on. All right, now so I'm about to add in 2 of the people, and other people can join back. Yeah, like thrash metal, homebrew, and barbecue.
You could drop me out for a minute. I'm, you know, I might need a minute
You're
after
welcome to
chugging
join
that
back.
Indy 2020.
You might want to go drink some water. I might add.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I'll drop out for a
I
minute.
agree.
Let somebody else come in.
Okay, I agree.
If
It's
I
a
can-
very interesting Mogen David product. It's all
It's
natural
awesome. I'm glad
flavors.
I got
for
it.
good
Thank
or
you for your
ill.
recommendation, and thanks for the review. I believe you're the only person on YouTube that's reviewed it so far. Maybe a few other people, but I think you were the first.
No, I did the only video review for that wine in the world.
Thank you, Craig. All right, I'm going to drop to the basement so you can let some other people back on, and if you want to put me back in later, I'll be around. All right, cheers, everybody.
We got 14 minutes. No, I'll say we got 19 minutes left because I did start a little late, to be fair. Now, here's Nina Yordi, a longtime viewer, but I've never met Nina. Hello, Nina. Welcome to the
Hi,
channel.
hello. Nice to meet you, Robert. Hello from Rhode Island. I've poured for myself tonight a Miller Genuine Draft. I see nobody's able to really go to the bar. I figure a packaged draft is ideal for the lockdown situation. Yes, I've got the matching glass for my MGD here, if I can turn it. So yeah, I'd say I'm a fan of this beer. It's a good one. I went to my local package store. I was in search of the, what is it, a mango Modelo that seems to be making the rounds, a 24-ounce can. They looked at me, of course,
Right.
like I had two heads. I guess that's not in my area yet, or at least leaving with a suitcase of ham.
Breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I'm breaking up. Can you hear me now?
A little bit, but keep going.
Well,
That's
anyway.
all right. These things happen.
I have this finest of Milwaukee lager beer, the MGD, which I think is a delicious smelling beer. It's got a beautiful presentation. It has a nice, almost a slight oiliness to the body.
It's been on the market for 35 years.
It coats your palate, but it's a clean taste. It's very enjoyable. I always kind of gravitate toward it. A 30-pack set me back, I'd say $22 out the door, which I feel is a justified value. I don't know. I'm sure people have better values out there. I know my Hamm's beer was a better value, and if you're looking at a quality beer at the price, but you don't always shop by price. I'm not sure what I paid recently for the Michelob Light that I've been drinking. I kind of added that as a, off the shelf bonus item, but I've been enjoying those. Those are a nice hoppy light beer. As far as the Miller Genuine Draft, I wouldn't say that hops really steal your attention from this one, but I would say there's a corn presence that I enjoy. It goes great with food. You mentioned salad with this beer. Never have I really thought to pair a salad with a beer, but I've had a wedge salad with blue cheese recently, and this was the perfect match. Actually, I might have had a ham.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Positive.
You can see. Yeah, either one, especially the MGD. Yeah.
But yeah, somebody mentioned the other night on your program they were having a hard time finding Hamm's beer. I found that a jarring comment. I hope that's not the situation. Who knows, these things tend to kind of disappear right when you start enjoying them.
Yeah, it came. Yeah, now Nina, where do you live? What state are you in?
I'm in Rhode Island on the East Coast, not to be confused with Long Island, but as the crow flies, I can probably get to Long Island if I could take a boat really quickly, but it is kind of a boomerang from New York to where I am on the East Coast.
Eric would like that because Eric lives about 30 miles from Rhode Island?
Yeah, I'm in southeastern Massachusetts, so yeah, I'm 30 minutes from getting into Pawtucket, Rhode Island on 95 South, so I'm not that far at all. They're kind of really stingy about having people from out of state with another license plate wanting to go into this. I mean, enjoy their company quite often.
1880 is not the same owner.
Go back. Yeah.
Same family though.
He's probably right
I'm gonna
across.
say this is the Bocador.
Ronald, you gotta kill my audio.
Yeah, Rhode Island's in a pretty tough
No,
situation.
you're probably right across from Sag Harbor and Montauk almost. Block Island Sound. You know, Block Island. Yeah, Sag Harbor and Montauk is on that side of the end of Long Island.
Yeah, you can take a ferry pretty much between through Long Island Sound to either Block Island or Newport or.
There used to be a lot of lobsters and oysters in the Long Island Sound, but now it's all polluted. You wouldn't want to eat it.
I don't know. We have wonderful lobster here, but nothing's like a Maine lobster. Those are really cream of the crop.
I remember what's that place?
I went to Rhode Island. Excuse me. I went to Rhode Island once with my daughter, and we went to the state capitol, and then I got a parking ticket for $10. So
bummer.
I had to pay him $10.
Yeah.
In Providence. Yeah. I didn't notice that the sign said no
I'm back. Everything okay?
Is that funny town called Woonsocket in Rhode Island?
There's a one.
Yeah, that's a cool. I actually was a Peugeot owner. You know, Peugeot, the car, the French car, and that was like the mecca of French car parts for Rhode Island. You go up there, there's a lot of junkyards and stuff. It's a really neat town. They actually have history that I've always wanted to go to, but whenever I'm there, it just hasn't been the time. But that's definitely on my to-do list as a Rhode Islander.
I remember this restaurant, Aquaneck Lobster Company or something. It was on a pier, a seafood restaurant on a pier. I remember.
Okay.
That.
Good oysters.
Yes. Anyway.
Amazing. Robin's in the house.
I'm back. I'm in.
Sure. Well,
okay, hold on. We're about to turn the floor over to you. Nina, thanks for joining. Anytime you can join. Anytime. We don't put restrictions on people unless they act bad.
Thank you for having me. Very highly rated. I'm not sure what kind of a point scale, but MGD, I love it. And thank you again for having me, you guys. I'll drop out and
Nina, nice to meet you. I'm glad you joined, and hopefully you'll be frequent flyer on these streams from now on.
Hey, we need a venue during these trying times, but for sure, thank you for having me. I'll be sure to join you next time I have a beverage to review. Thanks again, everyone. Nice meeting you.
Before you drop out, I'm going to give you some choices for that Miller Genuine Draft. I'm going to say, would you score it in A, excellent, B, good, C, fair, D, bad, or F, undrinkable? I know where you're not going to score it, but
I'm giving this an excellent rating, and I would like to see more people, give it a chance when you see it. It's a dying brand, and if we don't, give it a shot here and there, it's going to be gone next time you blink. So, thanks for having me, everyone. Most excellent beer.
Can you get hams in your area, girl?
I picked up.
She just talked about it.
Picked up a suitcase of them today.
Yeah, she talked about buying some hams recently. All right, now we're going to give the floor to Ronald. We got a lot of Ronalds in these beer hangouts, but this is Ronald from Ohio. You live in Ohio, right?
In Mingo Junction, just south of Steubenville, home of Dean Martin, and you might know a cat. He played for the New Orleans Saints, Danny Abramowitz. You remember
Yes, he's very involved
by the name of Danny Abramowitz? Sure.
Danny Abramowitz is a famous Saints player, and he's involved in a lot of Catholic organizations in New Orleans. Yeah.
Correct. He went to Steubenville Catholic Central High School in Steubenville, Ohio. They were the UPI state championships. It was before they had playoffs, but he played on that team. Yep, Danny O'Bromwitz. He grew up, I don't know, maybe 2 neighborhoods over from where I live. I wanted to bring it up to you before.
He was a walk-on.
Anyhow,
He was a walk-on. He was a walk-on pro football player who ended up being a New Orleans Saints Hall of Famer. So hard to believe it.
Yeah, he came
what
from
do you got?
Steubenville, Ohio. That's my hometown, Steubenville, Ohio. He grew up on Portland. I grew up on Argonne Avenue. Argonne Avenue. He grew up on Portland. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you have?
But anyhow, the planets have aligned. It was like amazing. You know, my world is a greater place today because I went into Kroger's and Lord, there it was. They had 8 30-packs of hams. Ooh, the good date was till like August the 8th or something. I mean, fresh out of the brewery. I've enjoyed several already tonight. Amazing.
Is that what you're drinking? Is that what you're drinking now?
Jeremy knows what I'm drinking. Jeremy V, he knows exactly what I'm drinking. If I find it, I'm pounding it. But anyhow, I enjoyed the review last night. You know, that Michelob stuff, it's good. That Michelob Amber Bock's good. But did I hear TM75? Did I hear you say you were drinking a Dortmunder tonight?
Drinking a Kolsch style ale.
A Kolsch, yeah.
Yes, from Cologne.
I got Kolsch glasses. You guys want to see a Kolsch glass? I'll dig one out of the cupboard. But yeah, Kolsch
no, I know
10 ounce. Huh?
Tall and skinny, yeah. They're tall and
Yeah,
skinny.
no, it's a 10 ounce, like a fluted glass with a straight top, and they bring it out in a wooden carrier that has like 12 glasses or something. You know, they set it down on your table. You lift the thing off, and she takes off and goes get another one. Yeah.
Hey, Ronald Sutton, let me say this. 4 years ago, I was driving down Ohio State Highway 7, and right when I got to
where I live. My house looks right over State Route 7. But go ahead.
Okay, I was going south, and right when I got to US Highway 22, I started going west. So I missed your town by about 2 miles.
No, you were there. That's us. No, 7 south and 22.
Yeah.
Route 7 south and 22, where that connector is you're talking about. There's a creek that's called Alicana, and I fished there. I wade out in the Ohio River on that sandbar. But yeah, that goes 22 west. When they built that wall, when they constructed that portion of highway, it was the most expensive construction project in the United States. It was unreal. They had to tear down this wall and shit. Yeah, it was nuts. I just had a rock slide just north of my house. I was close to you.
Yeah, I was close to you. That's sort of the Appalachian area, yeah.
Yeah, there was a golf course we used to look over. I remember seeing the first bald eagle in Jefferson County. I was golfing. A place called Lay Bell. Lay Bell means beautiful view. Lay Bellevue. A beautiful view, but there was a 9-hole golf course up there.
La Bellevue. La is Bell is beautiful and view is view.
Yeah,
beautiful
view. It looked over across the river into Weirton, West Virginia. It was a beautiful view, and like I say, you could see into Pennsylvania. But anyhow, I remember seeing the first pair of nesting bald eagles up there, and when they built that highway, they said they were going to relocate that bird's nest. Well, them birds never come back. And them bald eagles. Same thing south of me in Brilliant, Ohio. There was another nesting pair. But we got ospreys around here. I mean, they're fish eaters. They're neat.
Yeah, we got a lot.
But anyhow, my world's aligned, man. My worlds, they come together, man. They got them 30 packs of hams, and I'm happy. But I miss what you guys.
We have a lot of bald eagles. Yeah, a lot of bald eagles around here. What do you have tonight real fast? Because we're going to be getting off the air in 5 minutes, sorry to say. But work calls, and I can't stay up late.
No, very good. No, I'm just drinking another Hams. It's very fresh. Like I say, good head, good alcohol lacing, just a sessionable beer, and I'm enjoying my evening. So I give it, what do you want me to give it a score? I gave it 100 the other day. I'll give it 100 again today.
Hey, why not? If you like it, if you're 100% pleased with it, then hey.
Yeah.
Now,
one other thing, I want to ask John. I want to ask John and Neely one question. How was your elk burgers the other night?
Oh, they were delicious. Some of the best burgers I've ever had. I marinated them overnight in Stubbs beef marinade. I cooked them. I did medium rare, like you said, to really, because I didn't really know. But I eat my regular beef burgers medium rare as long as I'm buying good quality meat, because I think it brings out more of the flavor. I just did it pretty simple with a slice of Assaggio cheese, some Carolina barbecue sauce on a toasted sesame seed bun. I thought they were killer. 100 out of 100 for the elk burgers. I love them. I really did.
I got to cook up the stove now. I got to fire up the burners.
I had
That's good.
One time. Ostrich was good. It was it was more than 8 ounces. Big ostrich burger. It's pretty tasty.
I eat birds. I eat pheasant. I eat grouse. I eat birds all the time.
Yeah.
I got bird dogs. Yeah. You got to be careful
There's
with the little
a picture of the
so you
elk
don't-
burger right there. I made it big. There's one
Oh,
of them right
look
there.
at that.
Wow.
Yeehaw. Delicious.
That was good.
You'll choke on that slider. You'll choke on that one.
I drove to Mexico a few times. And down in Tamaulipas and Coahuila, they have these cabritos, which is like a little baby goat, and it's on a split, like behind James with the cross. The cross.
Yeah, it looks like a Doberman. Looks like a Doberman.
Yeah. And the cabrito is on a split, and they clean it, and they've got it roasting over a crackling fire, and they have it in all the restaurants, and that's what they eat in Nuevo Laredo, the cabrito, the baby goat, roasted baby goat. But I didn't have the guts to eat it,
I thought you were the goat. You're the goat. You're the greatest of all time. You're the goat,
Yeah.
the greatest of all time, Mr.
Yeah,
Ron
right.
Thoreau. Ron J. Terrio.
They had,
Ron J. the greatest of all time.
they had curry
I
goat.
got the 10th anniversary coming up in November. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, 10th anniversary of your channel? 10th anniversary?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a big deal.
we'll have to do it. Yeah, big hoot nanny for that.
Nice round
Yeah,
number.
we'll have the hang out. I like what James said. Does saying cheers too often signify alcoholism? That was a funny comment.
Yeah, of course, after he said that, everybody posted cheers about 100 more times in the chat. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of the guys kept on saying cheers, 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 cheers. I thought it was excessive, so that's why I said that. The guy with the one with
That voodoo guy, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute, voodoo guy. Hold on. I got something to chase off them evil spirits you bring to the show. My wife said this thing's sitting on my couch or something. I don't know.
that's
Uh-oh, look at
I
that.
don't like that. That has you need an exorcism for that thing.
Oh my
What?
God.
That looks like Mr. Bingo. That looks like Mr. Bingo. All right, now wait, folks. We've been on for nearly an hour. We're going to go exactly 1 hour. When I grew up, there was a snow monster like that for Christmas called Mr. Bingo, and my mother loved Mr. Bingo. And but we had other monstrous dolls like Morgus, and I showed James my Morgus puppet once.
I
Dr.
seen that
Morgus.
one voodoo puppet you got. You brought it out. I called you on it. You brought it out. You got a voodoo puppet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you got to watch it, Ronald Sutton. If you're not careful, you might have Krampus show up to torment you at night.
Oh, I got bad dreams. You got a cure for them?
Alcohol.
I do. It's called hams. It's called
Yeah.
hams.
I like smoked ham.
Mhm.
I hope we don't have any
Yeah.
really and one thing I've learned, if you get really out of hand, the Emerald Mystic might come to show up to torment you.
You don't
What
want the
was
Emerald
that
Mystic.
mystic shit? That guy said mystic something last night. I didn't know what he was talking about.
I got turkey. Tonight is turkey or toiki, as Curly from the Stooges used to say.
Yeah, yuck, 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 yuck.
I got a load of toiki.
All right, now James, this has been a very exuberant hangout. We had so many people jumping in and leaving, but they couldn't all hang out at the same time due to the stranglehold of the social media construct, which in a way might be good.
I think you broke an all. I think you broke.
Right.
I think you broke an all-time beer and booze review record as far as the volume of people.
No, not actually,
Wrong?
because about 6 years ago, about 6 years ago, I had so many people wanted to review Steel Reserve 211 that I had to do 2 shows. I had to do part
What you
1 and
mean?
part 2.
James is talking about for Thundering Thursday, though, right? Specifically for this event.
Even like Fandango Friday or sometimes Wednesday. So now did that occur on Wednesday?
Yeah. I had to do 2 shows.
Part 2.
Oh, the old Steel Reserve. That was before I was even on. I was like 8 years old back, But yeah, Ron, he did the first shift. Didn't you do 3 shifts? Didn't you do a 3rd shift too, or was that for just 2? So you had 2 10 participant panels. So you had 20 people reviewing the same product, which is unheard of nowadays. Now we've gone to the wild card and everything where people are doing, bring whatever. But back in the day, the Wednesdays were very structured. It was bring a specific beer, which is more difficult than the wild card Wednesdays, and he still had 20 plus people want to join, and he had to do 2 separate streams for that. That is amazing. Congratulations to you on that. And considering the fact that it was the Steel Reserve, no less. 211.
Yeah, I would like to go.
The swillest of the swill, according to most people. And yet there were still 20 people that showed up, and you had to do 2 separate live streams for it.
Right. Now, honestly, I would like to go back to the dedicated hangouts. This is just my plan. Whoever's got the dog, mute your button. But I would like to go to I would like to get away from Wildcard Wednesday in the future and go back to examining different brands of beer, because I find it's a little bit more exciting. James left. I was going to get James to close us out with the musical accompaniment.
Can you see that Heineken glass? Can you see that Heineken glass? You don't see a red star. You see that red? It's a red windmill.
The windmill. Yeah, the windmill.
Okay. You know what that stands for?
Air power.
No, it stands for barley malt, water, hops, yeast, and the structure is the brew house, the brewmaster.
Okay.
That's the original Heineken. That's before. This glass is ancient. I got 4 of them, buddy. Anybody want to buy one? I'll put them on eBay. What do you think I get out of them?
Those are old school. You could probably get a little something. I'd take one off your hands if you're really looking to get rid of one.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's before the red star, buddy. That's before the red star.
I know, classic.
James P. Madonna left us without the bosun's whistle, so I'm going to have to close this out with time. James P. Madonna, you are not allowed to leave without closing us out with the whistle. You. That is not right.
I have no musical instruments.
Outside.
So I'm going to take over, and I'm going to close this out. Arr!
There she blows.
Thanks again, everyone. Be safe out there. It's
Anytime.